The sky of planet Xerion was purple, filled with twin suns. Birds with shining wings flew over the white trees. This planet was peaceful, but something strange was going to happen. A human spaceship landed slowly near the capital city of Xerion. The door opened, and a young human soldier stepped out. His name was Alex Carter, age 24, sent by Earth for a peaceful meeting. He looked around, amazed by the beautiful alien planet. Waiting for him was an alien girl named Kira, the youngest princess of Xerion's royal family. Her skin was light blue, her eyes bright silver. She smiled as Alex came closer. "You must be Alex," Kira said with a friendly voice. "Yes, and you must be Princess Kira," Alex replied, giving a small salute. Kira laughed. "No need for formality. This is not a war zone." They both smiled. That moment, something clicked between them, not love, but a strange connection, a curiosity about each other. Over the next few days, Kira showed Alex around her city. They walked through floating gardens, crystal towers, and ancient libraries filled with glowing books. Alex was surprised to learn that Xerion was 5,000 years older than Earth civilization. One evening, Kira invited Alex to the Royal Museum, deep inside the mountain palace. It was a secret place, not open to most people. "This place holds the armor of my ancestors," she said. Alex looked around. The room was filled with large statues, weapons, and a single suit of shining armor in the middle. The armor looked old but powerful, with smooth silver plates and symbols glowing faintly. Kira smiled and said, "Legend says, this armor was made for the greatest warrior of Xerion. Only someone worthy can activate it, like a superhero." Alex joked, "Something like that," Kira laughed. "No one has ever activated it in 1,000 years. Alex walked closer and looked at the armor. It almost felt like it was looking back at him. "Want to try it?" Kira said playfully. "What, me?" Alex laughed. "I'm human. It won't even fit. Come on," she said. "Just for fun." Alex hesitated, then shrugged. "Okay, let's see what happens." He slowly placed his hand on the chest plate. The moment his skin touched the armor, a shockwave exploded in the room, a quiet boom like a heartbeat. The lights flickered. The glowing symbols on the armor started to shine brighter and brighter. Kira stepped back in shock. "Wait. This is not supposed to happen." Alex's eyes widened as the armor started to move by itself. The chest plate opened, and pieces of armor floated into the air, spinning around him. One by one, they attached to his body like they were made just for him. The suit locked around him. He was standing tall, inside the full armor. A soft humming sound filled the room. "What is going on?" Alex whispered. Kira looked scared now. This has never happened. Ever." Alex's vision turned blurry. He saw flashes in front of his eyes, images of war, space battles, alien creatures, and one shadowy figure wearing the same armor. His heart beat faster. Suddenly, the armor's eyes lit up. A deep, ancient voice echoed inside Alex's head. "Welcome, Chosen One." Alex fell to his knees. The armor powered down, but its energy stayed inside him. Kira ran to him. "Are you okay?" I think so," Alex said, breathing hard. "What was that?" Kira looked at him, now more serious than ever. "This is not a joke anymore, Alex. You just activated something that hasn't been awake in centuries." From behind a dark corner, a small flying orb recorded everything silently. Far away, in the shadows of deep space, someone received the signal. A dark figure smiled. "So, the armor has chosen again." The armor was quiet now. But something inside it was not. Alex lay on the floor of the alien museum, breathing fast. His body felt heavy, not because of the armor, but because of what it showed him. Visions, voices, flashes of a war he had never seen, but somehow remembered. Kira knelt beside him, her silver eyes wide with shock. "This is impossible," she whispered. That armor, it's alive, it chose you. Alex slowly sat up. The armor's glowing lines had dimmed, but he could still feel it, like it had become part of his skin. I saw something, he said softly. Battles, soldiers, planets burning. And one man in the same armor, but it wasn't me. Kira stood and walked in circles, thinking fast. The armor was made during the Great War, over 10,000 years ago. Only the first Guardian could wear it. But that was long before humans even existed. Alex looked down at his hands, still covered in small pieces of the armor. Then why me? Kira didn't answer. Instead, she turned to the center of the room, where the statue of the first Guardian stood. Its face was hidden under a helmet. But the pose was strong, hands stretched forward, just like how Alex had stood moments ago. Then suddenly, a voice echoed again inside Alex's head. He is not dead. He is not gone. His spirit has returned. Alex gasped. Did you hear that? Kira shook her head. Hear what? He looked around. No one else was there. Just the silent statues and glowing armor stands. Never mind, Alex said slowly, standing up. But inside he was scared. That voice, it wasn't just noise. It was inside him. The council arrives within the hour. A group of alien guards stormed the chamber. Behind them were 5 tall figures, members of the Xerion High Council. Their faces were old, their eyes sharp like crystal. Each wore long robes with golden stars on their chests. One of them, Elder Varn, pointed at Alex. Remove the human, now. He didn't mean to activate it, Kira said quickly. It just happened. Elder Varn's voice was cold. That armor is sacred. It was sealed for a reason. And now it has awakened, because of him. Alex stood straight, trying to stay calm. I didn't ask for this, but maybe it chose me for a reason. Or maybe you're a danger, another elder said. That armor has power strong enough to destroy planets. In the wrong hands. It's not in the wrong hands, Kira interrupted. He saved me when it activated. The armor protected me too. There was silence in the room. The council looked at each other, thinking. Elder Varn stepped forward. The armor responded to you. That means the bond has started. Removing it by force could kill you, or worse. Then what happens now? Alex asked. The elder's eyes narrowed. Now, we observe. You will be taken under royal watch. And if the armor shows signs of danger, we shut it down. The dream that wasn't a dream that night. Alex lay in the guest chamber of the palace. He couldn't sleep. The armor was removed from his body, but the energy was still inside him, glowing under his skin. Then, the dream began, but it didn't feel like a dream. He stood in a black void, stars floating all around him. A tall figure walked toward him, the same warrior he saw in the vision before. The same armor. The same glowing eyes. The figure raised a hand and said only one word, remember. Suddenly, images poured into Alex's mind. A battle, a betrayal. A hidden enemy called the Relic, banished long ago but not destroyed. And one secret, a guardian's soul never dies. It waits to be reborn. Alex woke up, drenched in sweat. His hands were shaking. His heart was pounding. He didn't just wear the armor. A part of the first Guardian was now inside him. Far away. Something watches in the dark edges of the galaxy. A ship floated, shaped like a black claw, silent and cold. Inside, an ancient being stood before a giant screen, watching the armor activation from a stolen signal. Its name was Morgul, a warlord who once served the Relic. He smiled, revealing sharp teeth. The armor breathes again, and it chooses a human. He turned to his soldiers. Find the boy. The armor is mine. It didn't feel like a palace anymore. Not to Alex. He sat in his room under heavy guard, the walls too clean, the air too quiet. The royal guest suite felt more like a golden prison. Since the armor bonded with him, the smiles had disappeared. Even the friendly guards now kept one hand on their weapons. Alex looked out the window. 3 moons floated in the sky, but something else was moving, a patrol drone. Watching. Recording. Every hour, he could feel it. Not just the drone. Something deeper. A pull inside his chest. Like the armor was whispering, "Run." A warning. From a friend that night, Kira sneaked into Alex's room using a hidden passage in the wall. "You have to leave," she whispered. Alex stood up, surprised. "Why? I thought I was under observation, not arrest." She looked nervous. "The High Council is split. Some want to study you. Others want to shut you down permanently." "You mean kill me?" Kira nodded. "They fear what they don't control. You bonded with something ancient and dangerous, and now someone else is after it too." Alex stepped back. "You mean the voice? The one I keep hearing?" "No," Kira said. "Worse, my brother intercepted a signal from space. Someone saw the armor reawaken. And he's coming." The escape begins. Alex didn't wait. With Kira's help, they used the palace tunnels to sneak past the guards. Kira led him to a secret hangar under the mountain. A small, fast ship was waiting, silver and sharp like a knife. "You'll have to fly it yourself," Kira said. Alex looked unsure. "I'm a soldier, not a pilot." She smiled. "The ship's AI will help. Just get far. I'll cover your escape." But just as he entered the cockpit, alarms screamed across the mountain. Red lights flashed. "They found us," Kira yelled. A chase through the stars. Alex launched the ship. Engines roared. The ship shot out of the mountain like a bullet. Moments later, 3 Zirian patrol ships followed. "Unidentified ship. Stop immediately or be destroyed," a robotic voice said through the COMMS. Alex gritted his teeth. "Not today." He turned hard, the stars spinning outside. The armor inside him reacted, guiding him. The ship responded like it knew him. Lasers flew past. Explosions lit the black sky. But something strange happened. One of the patrol ships locked a missile onto Alex's ship. As it fired, the armor inside Alex activated a pulse, not from the ship, but from Alex himself. The energy burst out, silent, invisible, and the missile froze in space, then exploded before it reached him. "What was that?" Alex said, breathing hard. He wasn't just wearing the armor anymore. He was becoming part of it. Kira's trouble back at the palace. Kira was caught. The High Council wasn't kind. "You helped him escape," Elder Varn said. "He's not your enemy." Kira shouted, "You don't even understand what that armor is. You're afraid of the past." Another elder stepped forward. "That human is dangerous, and now you are too. You will be placed under watch until further notice." Kira didn't resist. She looked out the window toward the stars. "Be safe, Alex," she whispered. "Please be safe." The bounty hunter arrives in a silent docking port on a nearby moon. A tall figure stepped off a black ship. Armor black as night, face hidden under a helmet with red lines. 2 blasters on his back. He was not from Zirion. Not from Earth. He was a seeker, a galactic bounty hunter. One of the best. The name on his contract: retrieve subject, human, priority target, alive. He looked at the sky, tracking energy waves. "The armor breathes again," he said in a cold voice. "Let's see if the boy can run." Alone in space, Alex drifted into a safe zone near an asteroid field. His ship was damaged, fuel low. He turned off the engines and went dark. For a moment, everything was quiet. Just the stars. And his thoughts. He touched his chest where the armor had once been. But it was still there, inside, sleeping, waiting. "Why me?" he asked out loud. "Why did you choose me?" No answer. But deep in his mind, the same ancient voice returned, softer this time. "Because the war is not over." Alex's eyes narrowed. He looked into the stars. Then show me how to fight. Asterisk, the bounty hunter didn't speak. He didn't need to. His ship, a black spear cutting through space, moved faster than light. Inside the cockpit, red lights blinked. Across holographic screens, the name Alex Carter flashed in a glowing alien script. The armor's signal. Still warm. He followed the trail like a bloodhound, no emotion, no doubt. He wasn't hunting for money. He was hunting for glory. Somewhere in deep space, Alex sat inside his small ship, surrounded by stars and silence. The engines were off. The lights dim. He was hiding inside a cold asteroid field, hoping no one would find him. His breath made small clouds in the air. The oxygen was low. The ship was damaged, and worst of all, he was alone. The armor was quiet too. No more glowing, no more voices. Just silence. Alex stared at a cracked screen, thinking of Earth, of Kira, of the voice inside the armor that said, "The war is not over." He whispered, "Then why do I feel like I'm already losing?" A ping in the dark, then it happened. A soft beep. One screen lit up. A red dot blinked near the edge of the radar. Then two, then three. Something, or someone, was moving toward him. Fast. Alex sat up straight. No way. How did they find me? He powered up the engines. The ship groaned, damaged but alive. Another screen flashed, incoming. Behind him, the silence broke. A giant black ship appeared, sliding through the dark like a ghost. No name, no lights. Just death. And inside it, the bounty hunter locked on. The first encounter, Alex hit the throttle. His ship shot out of the asteroid belt, engines screaming. Rocks shattered behind him. The black ship followed, smooth, steady, and faster. Alex dodged between shattered moons and flying ice, but the hunter was gaining. Suddenly, a beam of red light shot from the hunter's ship. It sliced through an asteroid and almost hit Alex's wing. "Okay," Alex yelled. "This guy's not here to talk." The armor inside him reacted. For the first time in hours, Alex felt warmth on his skin, like the armor was waking up again. The screen flashed, defensive mode enabled. His hands moved faster now. His mind felt sharper. It was like the armor was guiding him. Dogfight in the void. The chase turned into a dance. Alex twisted between gravity wells and broken satellites. The hunter's ship fired again, energy blasts missing him by inches. Suddenly the armor whispered again, "Do not run. Fight." Alex's eyes narrowed. "Then help me." He flipped a switch. The ship's back panels opened, releasing two energy flares. One hit the hunter's ship, slowing it down. Alex turned around. "Let's see how you like it." He charged, head on. Both ships flew at each other like angry wasps. Just before crashing, Alex dropped below, flipping under the hunter's ship and blasting its rear engines. Boom. Smoke filled space. But as Alex turned to escape, something hit his ship. A small, dark device, a tracker. The hunter's voice finally echoed over the radio. "Run. Hide. It doesn't matter. I'll find you." Crash landing. Alex's ship was hit. Bad. Warning lights blinked. Systems failed. Gravity pulled him toward the surface of a nearby moon. He crash landed hard, the cockpit filled with smoke. Alex coughed and pushed the door open, falling into cold dust. He looked up at the stars. "I need help," he whispered. But he wasn't broken. The armor began to glow again, brighter than ever before. And in front of him, in the moonlight, a small figure appeared, cloaked, watching him. A new ally? The figure stepped closer, revealing a mask with glowing green eyes. "Human?" The voice was strange, robotic. "You survived the hunter." "Impressive." Alex stood slowly. "Who are you?" The figure didn't answer. Instead, it held up a hand, and the armor inside Alex began to glow in response. "You are not the first," the figure said, "but you may be the last." Alex stared. "What does that mean?" It means the real enemy is waking, the figure replied. And you're running out of time. There were stars in his blood now. Alex didn't know how to explain it, but ever since the crash, he felt different. Not just stronger, not just faster, wider, like his mind was opening across time. The strange masked figure walked ahead through the ancient ruins on the moon, steps silent, cloak brushing across stone. Alex followed. His boots scraped against glowing symbols on the ground, older than even Kira's palace. These ruins, he said, they're not from your world, are they? The figure stopped and turned slowly. No, they're not from any world. They're from a time before maps. A place older than time. The cave opened into a deep underground chamber, walls carved in light. Statues of warriors in alien armor, like Alex's, but slightly different, sharper, wilder. This place, said the figure, was built by the first ones, the ones who created the armor. Your ancestors? Alex asked. The figure removed the mask. She wasn't what Alex expected. She looked part human, part alien, a hybrid. My name is Lyra. My people were guardians of the forge. The armor you wear was not made for any single race. It was made for balance, for unity. Alex stepped closer to one of the glowing murals. It showed two beings standing back to back, one human, one alien, both wearing half of the same armor. I've seen this in my visions. Alex whispered. The Forgotten War. Lyra pointed to another mural, one showing destruction. Long, black creatures with red eyes tearing through stars. At the center, a massive figure, the Relic. They came from outside the galaxy, she said. They don't build, they consume. The armor was forged not as a weapon, but as a seal. Alex turned. A seal? Yes, she said. To lock the Relic away. Alex's heart dropped. You mean, my armor wasn't made to fight them? No, she said softly. It was made to hold them back, but now, the seal is breaking. Alex's past, not an accident. Lyra placed her hand over a crystal on the wall. A light shot out and scanned Alex. It's you, she said. You're not just a soldier. You were selected at birth. Someone altered your DNA long ago. Alex stepped back. What are you saying? You were meant to find the armor. That's why it woke. You are the rebirth of the first guardian. Not a copy, not a clone, a continuation. Alex's hands shook. I didn't ask for this. Lyra looked him in the eyes. No hero ever does. Meanwhile, in deep orbit above the moon, the bounty hunter's ship arrived. Inside, the hunters stared at a flickering screen showing Alex's location, but someone else was already there, waiting in the shadows. A second figure appeared behind the hunter, taller, wrapped in smoke. You're late, it hissed. The hunter didn't turn. I follow the signal. He's on the moon. The shadow grinned. Good, then the armor is ready to be taken. Its hand stretched, sharp and cold, touching the screen where Alex's face glowed. We break the seal tonight. Inside the temple, the armor speaks. Alex stood in front of a huge stone door with no handle. This is the core, Lyra said. The forge that made your armor. You want answers? Go inside. Alone. Alex nodded and stepped through. Inside the dark chamber, a voice greeted him, deep and ancient. You have returned. Who are you? Alex asked. I am the memory of the first guardian. You carry what I once carried. But the time for memory is over. Now you must choose. Choose what? To run or to become? Alex took a breath. He closed his eyes and stepped into the light. The chamber lit up. The armor activated, fully. It wrapped around him in new ways, not like before. It completed itself, as if waiting for this moment. The awakening, a new form. Alex stepped out of the temple. The armor was no longer just silver. It shimmered with flowing energy. His eyes glowed faintly. His body felt balanced, controlled. He was no longer just wearing the armor. He was the armor. Lyra stepped back, stunned. You look like him." Alex nodded slowly. "Then it's time to finish what he started." Asterisk. The stars were no longer quiet. One by one, signals lit up across the galaxy, red flares. Silent alarms, hidden codes. Something ancient had awakened, and too many had been waiting for this moment. A message moved between dark worlds. The armor lives, the seal is weak. Old enemies came out of hiding. Forgotten weapons began to charge, and far beyond any known map. The Sharrock stirred. Planet Kirith, under siege. The attack came just after sunset. Planet Kirith, once peaceful, now burned. Its skies filled with black ships shaped like claws. Buildings cracked. People screamed that the invaders didn't speak, didn't ask, didn't want anything but destruction. At the center of the chaos, a figure walked calmly through fire. Tall, armored in red and bone. Eyes glowing like two dying suns. He raised a hand. Boom. A shockwave flattened everything. He whispered, "The Guardian lives. We find him." Alex returns. A new power far away. Alex stood on the edge of a starship hangar, his new armor glowing softly in the dark. Lyra stood beside him, arms crossed. "You're not just a soldier anymore." Alex looked at his hands. "I can feel the armor now. It listens." "It doesn't just listen," she said. "It remembers. You carry the memory of every Guardian before you." Alex turned to her. "Then why do I feel like I'm still one step behind?" Before she could answer, a message came through. "Kira, distress signal. Planet Kirith, priority, red." Alex's eyes widened. "Kira, the decision to fight. She helped you escape," Lyra said. "You owe her." "I owe her everything," Alex replied. He stepped into the pilot seat of a sleek, black starfighter. It looked alien, but the armor seemed to know it, guiding his hands, syncing with the ship instantly. "You go there, you won't just be a target anymore," Lyra warned. "You'll be a threat," Alex smiled. "Good." Arrival on Kirith, city in ruins. Alex's ship entered the atmosphere of Kirith through smoke and debris. Buildings were falling. Fires stretched across the horizon. War had already begun. He landed near the center of the city. As soon as he stepped out, his armor adapted, forming a glowing shield around him. Bullets bounced off. Energy blasts fizzled. He ran through the wreckage, searching. And then he heard it, a voice in his head, familiar and scared. "Alex, they're here. I'm trapped." "Kira," the armor responded instantly, highlighting a direction. Alex moved faster than before, almost flying. Face to face with the enemy, he found her underground, surrounded by 3 enemy soldiers. But these weren't just aliens. They were modified, changed. Their bodies looked half organic, half tech, touched by something dark. One turned to him. "You wear it," he said, voice distorted. "The armor, the prison." Another added, "Your kind was supposed to die with the last war." Alex raised his hand. "Then let's start a new one." The fight was quick, but not easy. The armor protected him, but the enemies moved like shadows. They spoke in an ancient tongue, and their weapons drained energy. Alex adapted. A shield here, a blast there, a sword of light forming from his forearm. And then silence. They were gone. He ran to Kira, helped her up. She was bruised but alive. "You came," she said, smiling weakly. "Of course I did." The bigger problem. Kira looked around. "They weren't here to take over. They were here to test you, to see your strength." Alex felt a chill in his spine. They're planning something. Above them, clouds swirled unnaturally. Lightning crackled across the sky, but there was no storm. Kira whispered, "He's coming, isn't he?" Alex nodded. "The Sharrock, or something worse." Meanwhile, in the dark core deep in a hidden fortress, the Sharrock's generals gathered around. A black map with Alex's glowing face at the center. He is awakening. One said. Another growled. Then we must move fast. From the shadows, a hand slammed the table. It was larger than the rest, bone-covered, burning with cold fire. No, said the deep voice. We do not rush. It was the Sherrick alive, watching, waiting. We let him grow, he said. And when he believes he has won, we take everything. The war didn't begin with a roar. It began with a silence, a deep, heavy silence before the storm. Alex stood on the edge of a shattered cliff, looking out over a burning sky. Planet Kirith was only the beginning. Now half the galaxy had gone. Dark. One signal echoed across all channels, loud, cold, and final. The Sherrick has returned. The seal was broken. The old enemy was awake. And the only thing standing between him and the end of everything was a human. A storm builds in the stars. Alex's armor hummed quietly as he stared into space. Inside him, the memory of all guardians flickered like fire. Kira stood beside him, patched up and focused. They're coming. How many? Alex asked. She checked the radar screen. Too many. In the sky above, black ships like teeth began to fill the stars. Behind them, a shadow, not just a ship, not even a being. Something older. Something wrong. The Sherrick, not born. Not made. Just awakened. The last stand begins inside the ancient ruins. Lyra and a team of hybrid warriors prepared the old defense systems, long-dead cannons, forgotten weapons, but they all knew this wasn't about technology. It was about the armor. Alex stepped into the center of the battlefield. The ground beneath him lit up. Circles of ancient light opened. The final part of the armor rose from below, a crown of memory and energy. Are you ready? Lyra asked. No, Alex said. But I'm not waiting. The armor fused completely. His eyes glowed like twin stars. He had become what they feared. A human. Chosen by the past. The battle erupts. The enemy struck like a tidal wave. Explosions tore across the field. Warriors flew into the air. The sky turned black with smoke and ships. Alex moved through it all, glowing, blazing, a force of nature. Every step he took shattered the ground. Every swing of his arm sent enemies flying. Energy blades formed and vanished in his hands like light. The Sherrick soldiers, twisted and full of darkness, came in waves. But Alex didn't back down. He was not fighting to win. He was fighting because there was no one else left to stand. Face to face, the final enemy. Time slowed. The battlefield went quiet again, across the smoke. The Sherrick appeared. 10 feet tall, cloaked in shadows. Bones wrapped in armor made from galaxies long dead. His voice was not heard. It was felt in the bones, in the mind, in the sky. You are not worthy, he said. Alex didn't blink. That's the thing about humans, he said. We're never ready. But we still show up. The Sherrick charged. Alex met him head on. The fight beyond flesh. They clashed, not just with strength, but with memory. Every punch shook the land. Every strike echoed through space. Alex saw flashes of the first Guardian. Battles from a million years ago. He felt everything. The pain, the sacrifice, the failure. But he didn't stop. Because in the middle of all that memory was one truth. He was not fighting to save the past. He was fighting to give the future a chance. The ending. Light as the Sherrick raised his final weapon. A black star core ready to consume the planet. Alex let the armor take full control. He gave himself completely to the energy. His body vanished into light. One last move. One last choice. He flew upward, faster than time, and slammed into the Sherrick with all the power of the ancient forge. The memory of 100 guardians, and the hope of one human soul. Boom. Light filled everything. And then silence. 1 week later, the legend begins. The battlefield was still. Wreckage floated in the sky. But the enemy was gone. Alex's body was found among the ruins, alive, barely breathing, his armor broken but glowing softly. Kira sat beside him, holding his hand. "You did it," she whispered. Lyra stood nearby. "He didn't just stop the war, he became something more." The people of Kirith and beyond began to whisper a new name, the Starburn, the human guardian, the last light. Weeks later, from a quiet space station, Alex recorded a message. "If you're hearing this, we survived, but peace won't last unless we protect it. The armor chose me, but it could choose anyone. So if you feel the call, don't run, don't hide, step forward." He smiled, because someone has to.